Today's video is not brought to you from the car. I'm staying at my mum's house at the moment, so this is her beautiful, living room, full cabinet of things that we have collected from many years of living in Asia. I think if you've stalked my page enough, or if you've followed me for a while, you would know that when I was a little girl, I lived in Thailand for 7 years. So we have a lot of Asian looking things in my mum's house, which I think is actually really beautiful. I have such an appreciation for the wood and just the handcraft, the artistry of just all of the beautiful china and different ornamental things they make. I think it's just so beautiful. Anyways, I used to make these kind of videos more when I was in a psychotic state, and I was like, I'm an oracle and la la la. And people used to pay me out behind my back so much about it. And I just know these things because I'm very psychic, and I can connect very effortlessly to, I guess how I would describe it, to different frequencies of consciousness. And so I find it very easy to figure out what has been said about me or people's intentions, sometimes even word for word what people have thought about me, but I try not to get too far down that rabbit hole because it's just not really worth it. Once you kind of, get the gist that someone hasn't said something kind about you, do you really need to know exactly word for word? No. It's just they're an absolute bitch or they're a CUNT, so don't waste your breath on them. Anyways, I guess I'm reviving these oracle type videos because when you know what you know, it just is what it is. And I'm sure if you've made it this far and you've been watching my videos for long enough, you're probably clued on to the fact how come everything that she says kind of comes true, or that seems quite accurate? And yeah, I guess I'm not going to prove anymore that I'm not going to prove to anyone that I think I'm an oracle, because when you know something, you just know it. So I'm just going to, I guess, riff as normal about whatever comes into my mind, because usually what's in my mind is what's sort of circulating either locally or within my immediate life, and I guess relationship patterns and things like that, or within the city I live in, within the country I live in, or globally. Everything kind of just amplifies. There's always these concurrent scenarios happening in everyone's lives. When we go oh my gosh, I can't believe you're going through relationship issues, or you're going through workplace issues, and it's pretty common. Once you start seeing the thread in your life and other people's lives, it just almost the synchronicities speed up, and you're like, oh, that's weird, but it's just the nature of existence, really. We all come from one consciousness, so it makes sense that we're kind of all moving in a certain rhythm and flow with life. And although that manifests in different ways, some people are married, some people have children, some people are successful businessmen or women, and what your hardships are in life are obviously going to vary, as well as what your health challenges are, things that get manifested into your life. Something that I've always thought about was did I manifest psychosis into my life? Did I do that? I'm still undecided about it, but where I'm currently at in my belief system is I don't think that I particularly did anything really awfully to be yep, now I deserve to go through psychosis. Because in my life leading up to that, nothing drastic had really happened between me and someone else. So I'm this couldn't have been karma. And so I was really devastated that it happened to me multiple times, because I'm oh my gosh, am I being punished by God? I don't understand what's going on. And now that I've obviously been through and come out the other side, even though people on my social media still think that I'm psychotic, even though you just got to let people think what they're going to think. But yeah, even though I'm beyond that state now, I can just see why everything had to unfold the way that it did. And I personally believe that our souls decide all of the lessons we're going to experience and go through in life before we even get here. And so even though I've heard that before, and I kind of believed it before, I was angry. I was like, why the fuck did I go through psychosis and multiple times? Like, it's very hard to accept that you're just in another lesson, or like this is for your growth when you're in it. It's only when you come out of it that you can look back in hindsight and go, oh my God, like I survived that. Wow, what was the lesson in it? How did I grow as a person? What's the blessing in it? But if you're in the thick of something, it's very difficult to have an appreciation for it. And so I don't think that I manifested it in or attracted it in due to karma or anything like that. I think it was just a life circumstance that was destined to happen on my life path. And it was to crack my consciousness right open very quickly. And I truly believe it's because of the mission that I have in life and the impact that I'm going to have. And the way my brain works and how I take in reality is I think of it like dominoes. So you've got like a starting domino, and then it sort of just tips, and then everything else after that starts falling into place. And so we all have our own line of dominoes, if you want to call it that. So your dominoes are unique for your life, mine are for mine. It's not about everyone's dominoes overlapping. Obviously, we're going to bounce into each other, and we're going to find people who align with us and people who clash with us. And that's where you have to use your own discernment to decide, yes, this feels like a good opportunity, or no, this feels like not aligned for me. Yes, this feels like the kind of person I want to attract into my life. No, that is someone who I don't get good energy from. When you try to simplify your decision-making in life to as simple as, yes, it's black and white thinking, but it will make your life a lot easier than just being in this no man's land of like the gray area. It's as simple as it's either absolutely yes, wholehearted yes, or it's no, or maybe not right now. So if you can only make decisions in your life when you feel that wholehearted, yep, this lights me up, or I'm 100% sure about that, then you know with almost certainty, yeah, that's the right path to take. There's no fear. It's effortless because it's coming from your heart. You just feel like, yep, the universe wants me to go in that direction. However, if you feel resistance, or you feel like irritability, or like clashing with, say, a person or whatever, can you just not overthink it and just think like, is this an opportunity for us to grow or to work through something we're clashing over and headbutting? Or are we just not actually aligned as humans anymore? This is a big part of soul growth as well, is coming to a place of acceptance that not everybody is going to be in your life forever, even if you thought they were. The amount of women that I thought were my soul sisters, and I was like, oh, we're going to grow old together. I thought my last whole friendship group were going to be the women that we were all going to have children at the same time. We're going to raise our babies together. And that whole friendship group for me crumbled years ago. And that was so fucking painful for me to deal with and reconcile. And then after that, my closest and dearest friend, that friendship also fell apart. And it wasn't because she is an awful person. And I don't think it's because I'm an awful person. I truly believe that just our belief systems in life had no resonance anymore. And I think we both could feel that for a long time. And maybe we're both in denial about it. I definitely could feel it a long time before the friendship erupted and exploded. And unfortunately, it did erupt and explode when I was in psychosis. So it ended terribly, and I feel awful about it. However, I have reached out, I have apologized, and we've both said our piece. I wouldn't say piece, but we've both said what we needed to say. And sometimes you just have to accept things and then move on with life. Sending them love, sending them healing, sending them blessings. Like, I still wish the best for these people in their lives. Obviously, I can still have my opinions around how I was treated in those friendships, what I've learned from them in terms of my own behavior and how I could have been maybe a better friend, how I feel like they could have been a better friend. But ultimately, at the end of the day, sometimes you have to just stop pining over what was and just look forward to what is going to become, what is going to be attracted into your life. Because everything in life basically it's an energy game. I need to take a sip of tea because I don't want this to go cold. Intermission. This is like lemongrass and ginger. Delicious. My brother bought it for me. just in like a flow state. I forgot my train of thought now. I don't know now. Got distracted by the tea. Anyways, everything in life is exactly unfolding as it's meant to be. So if you're watching this video and you're resonating with something in it, let that curiosity spark inside of you and see how is that relevant in your life at the moment. Because often when you click on videos, for example, we usually go like, oh, I've got to go click on the one that's like today's video, or that happened 1 hour ago, like whatever's most instant like video right now. But that's not necessarily going to be the video or the content that you need to consume that is most relevant for you in what you're navigating. Sometimes, yes, it will be, because it's like bang off the press. It's like, right, this is almost instant download. But sometimes just watching a video that's maybe from like a year ago or 2 years ago, or reading an old book, or watching a lecture or a documentary or a movie that's actually old, can actually have profound messages or meaning in it for you. Yeah, so sometimes we just have to be open-minded that time is not linear. So there's always messages and always insights that you can take from things that don't have to be from 2026. There's like ancient texts, like people can take all sorts of meaning from religious texts. There's metaphorical meanings. There's analogies, there's all sorts. And I personally find this sort of thing fascinating. It's like we use all of these divination tools. That's how you say it. Divination, like divination tools. So things like oracle cards, tarot cards. People use those pendulum things to get clarity or to get answers on like, am I going in the right direction? Is this the right path for me? And sometimes you don't even need to use those things. You can just be in nature, be connected to yourself, do a meditation practice, do some journaling, just allowing yourself to be in a quiet space where you can actually just tune in and just ask your higher self, like, please give me clarity on what the next steps in my life should be, or I'm feeling lost, or I feel like I need guidance. Please give me signs and synchronicities that help me on my path. It can literally be as simple as that. You have to understand that your words are powerful. When people say you are the creator of your own reality, I used to sort of hear it and be like, oh yeah, cool, but I didn't really understand it. And the way you can truly understand this and test this theory is you have to get really disciplined and really intentional about everything that you do, starting from the moment that you wake up. So the moment that you wake up, what is the very first thing that you do? If it's checking your phone, don't do that. Try not to do that. Is it allowing yourself 5, 10, 15 minutes to meditate, or to light a candle and just stare at the flame? That is an excellent way to find your center, to be balanced, and to enhance your mental clarity and allow for like your, like your spiritual connection to come through, for you to be really deeply in tune with your higher self, with God, with source, whatever language you like to use. Yeah, I honestly probably could talk for like an hour, but I just wanted to do one little riff today, and I guess I'll be sharing more each day. So if this interests you, then you're welcome to subscribe to my channel, or put in requests of things that you would like to learn more about, or topics you'd like me to discuss in the comments below. Bye guys.